like the beginning of Shostakovich 8-string quartet, where it's really placid, or we could do something. We could do something that's more like a slow Beethoven with like lots of vibrato, and so a character marking right there would have really helped us to lock in immediately for what exactly you're going for.
What was that you were going for?
Okay.
Well, it's actually funny that you mentioned that, because the Shostakovich piece I was actually listening to during that time. So definitely kind of dark, kind of slow, kind of like building up into the actual piece. Just made a lot of sense. First of all, thank you so much for playing. It's such an honor to hear it.
It's beautiful.
With beautiful musicians like you guys. Yeah, I definitely, that is something I actually, yeah.
I think in a lot of ways the music speaks for itself. You know, we're reading, we're doing these tempo changes at at a drop of a hat, you know. But we were trying to lock in as much as we could. You know, you have great staccato markings and accents and dynamic differentiation. And I love the different moods that you go through. So great writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I love the return as well. A little bit slower, a little bit softer.
A satisfying piece to play.
Thank you so much.
Are there any spots that were vastly different from what you imagined? No? No, we always have to ask. You know, it's very rare that we can ask a composer these questions. You know, was that what you intended? What did you want? So it's very nice to have the composers in the room with us as we read through these pieces.
Would you want to play maybe just the first like 12 measures or so, like once really passive and then once with more vibrato?
Sure, totally. Yeah. Shasti first.
Yeah.
Sure. So there's the one where we start kind of non-vibrato and we build up because it's hard to build up without vibrato. But we could do another one with a more choral-like vibrato. Singing a line, as opposed to the Shostakovich non-vibrato style, which felt like there was more time in between the notes. It felt like more sparse, as opposed to like, if I'm singing a melodic line, I have a limit to the amount of air that is in my lungs. So it becomes one phrase, as opposed to something which is like taking one footstep in the snow, fresh snow. So, any thoughts?
Oh, okay. This is definitely something I don't get to do. It's just listening to MIDI. I think I liked how in the first one, when I started with no vibrato, I liked how when it builds more when you build more into it, then you add vibrato. I really like the contrast between. Obviously both very beautiful. You guys are amazing musicians, but I think I like the contrast of starting non-vibrato and then into it a bit more as a crescendo as well.
I also noticed that we were much louder when we were playing with vibrato. So like, there's also, you can play a lot with dynamics